Hello everyone, this is a Blu-ray, DVD and game update for the Christmas period. Got a few things to show. It's the first video I've done, so it's not going to be perfect, but yes, I'm just going to give it a try. Probably going to do some more videos after doing it along these lines, so yeah, I'll get straight into it. The only game I got for Christmas was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which Assassin's Creed is one of my favourite game series, and I just think this is an amazing game. I've played 2, 3, maybe 4 hours into it. Absolutely love it. The pirates and the settings, the ship fights, battles, absolutely amazing, great fun. Some people argue that Assassin's Creed is getting like Call of Duty, where it's like getting the same, but if it's not broke, try and fix it. I mean, I personally prefer Assassin's Creed a lot more over Call of Duty, but yeah, it's a matter of opinion really, and so check that out if you haven't already got it. The Blu-ray I got, which was a late birthday present, and it's from a friend who I'll put the link to in the description. It's The Shining, which is a classic. Haven't seen it, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it. It's the slipcover there. I mean, I've heard so many. Well, I've actually heard some bad things and heard some good things. I mean, I've heard that Stephen King didn't like the film, and he's the one who wrote the book of it, obviously. So that, I mean, I've heard good things about it as well. But I mean, it's a classic, so I mean, I had to get it, and I'll watch it and see what I think of it. The next film I got, which was again from a friend, the same one, is A Cabin in the Woods, which is a fantastic film. A lot of people didn't like it, but I personally loved it. I can understand why they didn't like it, but for horror fans, which I'm a massive horror fan, and for film fans in general, which I am, they'll love it. I mean, the acting's great because they're playing stereotypes, which is kind of, I don't know if it'd be difficult to do that, because you've got to play a specific role that you're given, and you don't really have as much freedom. But I mean, it's a really well made film. Joss Whedon is fantastic. Fran Kranz, who's in Dollhouse, which is also made by Joss Whedon. I mean, you should check that TV show out because it's an amazing TV show. And he was one of my favourite characters in it, and he was my favourite character in this. So yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't. I mean, it's not for everyone, I don't think, but I loved it. The last film, Blu-ray I got, was one that I've just finished watching right now, and it's Bronson, which stars Tom Hardy, and it's directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, is it? I think that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, I mean, it's a fantastically made film. I mean, it's a very brutal film. It has a lot of dark moments in it, but it's based on a true story who you've probably heard about him, and I think it's really done well. I mean, it's hard to describe. I mean, you'd have to watch it to understand what it feels like to watch it, but I personally really was surprised by it. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I actually did. So yeah, check that out. So now we've just got DVDs, which there's a few here, so I'll get into them. First is Snatch, which it's the kind of film that I would definitely like. I mean, it's David Fincher, who's one of my favourite directors, who did Fight Club, Seven. Can't think of there's another one on top of my head, but it's got some brilliant actors in it. I mean, Jason Statham's in it, Brad Pitt's in it, who's one of my favourite. Vinnie Jones. Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to checking this out because I've been wanting to see it for like ages, but I just never had time. Well, never had it, so I'm happy I've got that. Next is Fright Night, the remake, which I have seen, and it is a fantastic film. It's really well made. Colin Farrell's brilliant in it. I mean, the vampires are done well. It's funny. It's kind of dark in places, but it's really like humorous, and it don't take itself too seriously, and you can have fun with it. I mean, it's a really fun film, and what more do you want from a film? Next is Goodfellas, which is a classic. Martin Scorsese is one of the best directors, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's got Robert De Niro in it, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci. I mean, it's just a film that everyone has to see in their lifetime, I'd say. And yeah, so if you haven't checked it out, then I'd seriously recommend you should. Next is a film that I have seen in the cinema, World War Z, which Brad Pitt again. Personally, I like this film a lot. I think it's great fun. The zombies are good because they're unique, which I've been a big zombie fan. I kind of get sick of seeing the same old type of zombies. But yeah, I mean, it's done well. A little bit repetitive in the storyline, which I can understand why people thought that, but you can have fun with it, and it's just a really good film. It's one of those that you can enjoy just by putting it on and just get into it straight away. Next is one of my top 10 favourite films of all time, which is American History X. Edward Norton is fantastic in this film. I mean, he's absolutely brilliant. Again, it's like Bronson. It's very dark, controversial topics in it, like racism, etc. But I think I enjoyed every minute of this. I mean, I put it on, and I didn't have any. I only had the curb stomp scene, which you've probably seen. That's the only thing I've ever seen of it. And then I watched it, and I was blown away by it. It was phenomenal. So I seriously recommend you watch this film. Next is a film that I don't know much about. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, Jamie Foxx in. It's Jarhead. I mean, it's a war film, which I like war films, so I'm probably going to enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, it's got decent reviews. It's well, I don't know much more else about it, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. I mean, give any film a try. Next is another film that I know nothing about, except for it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. Who doesn't like Samuel L. Jackson? He's just one of the coolest actors around, and I mean, some of the best films he's in them. Like, my favourite film of his is probably The Avengers, but I'd have to think about that because I can't think off the top of my head. So yeah, it's Jumper. I don't know anything about it. It looks interesting. The storyline's kind of interesting. It's kind of unique, but it's done by the Bourne people who did The Bourne Identity and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I haven't seen any of them films, but I know the kind of style that they go for, so I've kind of got an idea of what I'm in for. But yeah, I mean, not much more else I can say. Next is a David Fincher film, which David Fincher is just a fantastic director. I mean, one of the best in my opinion, along with Christopher Nolan. Who else did I say? I said Snatch was David Fincher. I'll just correct that now. I was thinking about Zodiac. Yeah, I mean, my mistake. This is David Fincher, and I can see that now. Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr. all really good actors. This film I've been wanting to see for ages, and I finally can watch it. Yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing but good reviews, and I love Seven, I love Fight Club, so I'm probably going to love this film as well. Next is it Vacancy or No Vacancy? I'm not too sure, I'm going to say Vacancy. Kate Beckinsale, she's well, I like her actress, films, ugh. I like her acting in films, that's what I meant to say. I don't know much about the storyline, I just, it looks interesting and it's horror, so, I mean, I'm a big horror fan, it's my favourite genre, so I mean, I'm probably going to check this out pretty soon. I'll let you know what I thought of it. Next is Looper, which I love the slipcover for this. I mean, it's really attractive to it, and it's different than the actual inside case cover, which I like it when they're like that. Probably going to get this on Blu-ray if it's good enough, because I haven't seen it, but I mean, Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's a fantastic actor. I mean, he's done some fantastic films like Inception, 50-50, Dark Knight Rises. Emily Blunt's in it as well, she's a good actress as well. I kind of like her in 5 Year Engagement, which is another film I suggest you watch because I was surprised by that. Yeah, I mean, the storyline's really interesting in this one. It's got 5-star reviews, so I'm really excited to see that film. I've got 2 more single films here, and one of them this is the one that I am a bit like that with because I haven't seen it, but I've heard mixed things. I've heard it's really good, I've heard it's really crap. Let the Right One In. I mean, this says it's the best horror film of the year, when it came out in 2008, I think. Yeah. It's vampires again. I mean, if they do them right, I mean, well, I think it's vampires. Or am I thinking of Let Me In? Ah, well. Yeah, vampires. Yeah. I mean, if they do them right, I mean, it could be good, but as long as they're not like Twilight vampires, I suppose. The final single film I've got is Smoking Aces with Ben Affleck, Ray Liotta, Ryan Reynolds, and among others. I mean, this is kind of like Snatch in the fact that it's like, I think it's something to do with gangs or FBI, something like that. I mean, this is a film that I wanted to see, but I didn't expect to get it, and when I got it, I realised that I'd actually wanted to see this film, so, I mean, I'm really looking forward to watching it. Alicia Keys in it. I don't like her music, but see if she's a better actress than she's a better singer. And the collection I got is the Stanley Kubrick collection with 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, The Shining, and Full Metal Jacket. Stanley Kubrick is just, well, I've heard that he's a phenomenal director. These films are considered classics by a lot of big time film fans, and I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing Clockwork Orange the most because of the fact that it was banned, and I just want to see if it is as bad as they make out it is. Yeah, so that's the end of them. I also have the Breaking Bad collection, but that's downstairs and can't be bothered getting it. I've seen season 1 at the moment and I'm really enjoying it. It's a brilliant TV show, very depressing, but hey, it's about cancer, so it's bound to be depressing, but I'm really impressed with Aaron Paul, who is the secondary character in it, Jesse I think it is. He's my favourite character in it by far, so I'll let you know what I think of the rest of the series when I watch them, and as I said, I'll be doing more videos like this if I can find the time and if I have stuff to do it with. I mean, I've got a ton of films here that I could just show, but we'll see. And so I'll hopefully see you in another video. So